Good morning, everybody. It's Randy Hilarski coming at you with the No Permissions newsletter update for the Aurox indicator for March 4th. Look, we had a really good week last week. Well, reality is here. The full moon is here. I know that disappoints some of you, but that's just how life rolls. I'm going to look at the charts, go through all the Aurox indicators, and show you what's happening. If you're not in my Patreon yet, there you go. Check out the Patreon. We had a massive amount of growth. Now it's slowing down, and we'll probably keep it the way it is for the next couple weeks. People will come in slowly, but we're not going to do any hard pushes to grow the Patreon for a while. Let's build a solid foundation and get ready for our course coming up in April. And I'm just happy that everyone's watching, and I'm going to continue bringing the good word. So let's go look at the charts. First off, let's start off with Bitcoin. This is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. We are 4 months into a bullish signal for the green Aurox indicator, and still looking pretty decent. You still got the moving averages spreading apart. That's still bullish. The demand index is right below the zero line, so we're still waiting for the sentiment to change on the monthly. We need to, if we really want to say we're bullish, it needs to look like this, right? We're still on the bearish side. Now, we do have some greed in the market, not much, just some. And I've heard some people say that we could pump up until May, which would be quite interesting. And then reality will set in again, because the macro world is garbage right now. Rumors of war, inflation, raising of the rates. There's just so many things that are negative externalities. China partnering up with Russia. It's a real shit show out there. So I don't know how much longer we're going to pump. Maybe into May. Just like Waters Above says. If you don't know who he is, make sure you follow him. Waters Above. All right, so let's look at the weekly. As of last week, we got the red sell indicator for Aurox. And if this keeps up for another 2 more weeks after this one, then it'll probably go red on the monthly as well. And that's the battle that I'm looking for. I tell people all the time, I don't know why people don't believe me, that you need to have a battle before you shift from bear to bull. And I've heard some, oh, it's different this time. I'm not sure it is. We will see. I would love to see, red for 4 weeks. Then the following month, maybe in April, we get a red, and then go back green in May, or another month of red, and then we go 2 months of red, then we go green again. Who knows? Let's just bring it. Let's have a battle. Look, the demand index is still above zero for the weekly, so that's still positive, and we still have some greed in the market, just enough, just a little bit, just keeping it good here. But overall, this is looks like we're about to cross over the moving averages here, so that could be negative. Sorry about the motorcycles. Demand index is heading down. Jeez. No respect. All right. And then on the daily, look, we have that big down candle. Yesterday was the beginning of the 10 days of a full moon. I know the full moon was only 1 day, but when it comes to the markets, it's usually 5 days before and 5 days after the full moon. And yesterday was the first of the days, I think. I'm not going to pull up my phone, but it's close to that. And then the demand index did fall below zero. So the sentiment is changing negative. So get ready for the next week. It's probably going to be down and to the right for a bit. Ethereum, 3 months into a bull. Demand index is over zero. Actually looking better than Bitcoin. Fear and greed's looking okay. Don't worry about this. BGIMC, that's for only short-term trades. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, very similar to Bitcoin. Just the candle isn't as bad. And let me pull this in a little bit. And we got the red Aurox indicator for 2 weeks now. Looks like the moving averages are going to cross over again, so that's bearish. It looks like the sentiment is heading back to zero here, so that's bearish. Looks like the fear and greed, looks like we're getting close to having fear again. Then on the daily, yeah, look at that. The BGMC daily is dropping off the cliff here. Nice and red. Bring on the red. Buying opportunity for somebody. Hex pulled back a little bit. We were at about 7.3 cents. You don't see it on this chart. Here that it shows 7.14 is the peak, but we know it went higher than that on Uniswap version 3. This is Uniswap version 2, so it doesn't give you the full picture, but it's close. Demand index is slightly above zero. The moving average did cross over, so we're positive there on the monthly. I mean, 5 months in, and I think we could have a couple more months, especially if Pulse Chain launches in May. It's going to look nice. But we never got a battle. See, let me show you what I mean by battle. See, green, red, red. Green. Where's the red? We don't have one yet. That's just bizarre to me. Let's look at the weekly. Beautiful. Look at that stair step. Beautiful. And the hour, the daily. I mean, 2 days in. I mean, Hex is not immune to the moon, guys. But the demand index is smooth and going above zero. That's great to see. Hedron. Hedron's looking fugly on the daily. Just down and to the right. It'll probably find its bottom again soon, just like we did back here. And then it'll start pumping up again, going into another cycle of HSI sales. That's just how I think it rolls. Urus, good time to buy Urus. We're at 1909. This is the token that you use for Aurox indicator or the Aurox platform. You don't need it, but if you want to use other tools in the system for Aurox, some of them you have to pay to use. And if you have Urus tokens in your wallet and you have your hot wallet, like you could use the wallet itself that they have, the Aurox wallet, you connect it and you have Urus tokens in there and you won't have to pay the fees. It's pretty brilliant how they did that. A true utility token. And then you see Avalanche is coming back down at 16.53. So I was telling you back here at 11 bucks or so, and went all the way up to, what was the peak? 22.70. And now we're coming back down. Gonna be another buying opportunity soon, folks. So that's how I stand. I think that we are not out of the bear yet. We could have a nice pullback, and that is a blessing, in my opinion. It gives all of you guys the opportunity who missed this recent pump to be able to come back in and get some coins, tokens, whatever they are. I don't know about Hex though. You may have missed that if you're trying to buy the 1.7 cent bottom, or you're hoping for 1 cent. Oh, so sorry. With the launch of Pulse Chain Testnet version 3 imminent, and I think the launch of Pulse Chain coming in May. Just my opinion. I think it's coming in May. Then we'll be flying high. And then when launch of Pulse Chain happens, then you're going to see eHex just take a massive crap. That's what I think is going to happen. Another huge buying opportunity. All right. So cheers. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. And if you want to be part of the Patreon, come on in. It's $20 a month. We've got our own Telegram and get to have conversations within the private community with no spammers or anything like that. So I appreciate my whole crew, and we have a weekly strategy call that you guys can be part of. All right, check it out. Cheers.